Well, spring is in the air, we know that. But we are still feeling the impact of that brutal winter. The frigid temps led to high energy bills, causing some to fall behind on their bills and leading to collection calls. What do you do if you find yourself getting collection calls? We bring in Jeff DiMatteo, president of the New England Collectors Association and a partner at American Profit Recovery, a collection agency in Marlboro. Good to have you with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Winter bills leading to spring headaches, of course, for some. What types of debt are people falling behind on right now?
Well, you're going to find people falling behind on all types of their bills. Unfortunately, they find themselves in a situation where they didn't budget for those 2 extra tanks of oil that they need to pay for. And now they're in an unfortunate situation of having to prioritize which bills to pay and which to put off.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you know, who could have foreseen the frigid cold and all the snow we'd have? What debt falls into debt collectors and what doesn't?
Well, if you think about it, any type of business that extends credit or any type of service that extends credit, they could use a collection agency. Those businesses or those municipalities, they rely on their revenues to pay their monthly bills or to pay their payroll.
So what should you do if you get a call from a debt collector?
Well, certainly some advice for consumers if they're getting calls. The number one advice would be do not ignore it. Communicate with the agency or the original creditor. By ignoring it, things are just going to get worse. If it isn't your bill, absolutely communicate. Let the collection agency know that. We don't want to contact someone if it's not their bill. If it is, work with them to set up an arrangement.
I was going to say, you know, people are worried about scams as well. They want to make sure that they definitely owe this money and the amount that's been stated. What debt collection tactics should they do as far as seeing red flags of that nature?
There certainly would be some red flags. If you're getting phone calls and the person is being evasive or the person on the other end of the phone isn't giving you their company's name or their phone number or their address, then that would definitely throw up a red flag. If they're making threats of having a sheriff at your door within an hour or arresting you, definitely red flags. Or if you don't know what the bill is, that would certainly be a red flag as well.
I want to go back to that harassment, because can a debt collector ever be sued for something like that?
Sure. There's many state and federal laws that regulate the collection industry. The reputable collection agencies, we're going to follow those laws. The bad apples or the rogue agencies out there, we want them held accountable.
You have a website where consumers can go for more advice on rights and ways to get out of debt. What is it?
Sure. If you're over your head, we always advise reach out, get some help. One avenue would be a website called AskDrDebt.org. It's a website where you can go for financial advice. You can ask personal questions as far as your credit and debt and what to do and how to go about getting back on track.
Of course, people want to try and get back on track and get back on their feet, and hopefully they can find the proper way to do that. Jeff DiMatteo, president of the New England Collectors Association, thanks for being in tonight.
Thank you.